Greetings, here we are with another fun little video. This time it's a thing that is slightly different than the typical thing I usually show on this channel. This is a book on the Dungeoneer's Guide to Miniature Painting and Tabletop Mayhem. This is called Arcane Arts. There will be a link in the description to the Amazon page. This book is all about painting minis for various creatures. The book is fairly nice. You have a nice little map on the inside of the cover with a grid on it, as well as a map in the back, or a series of photos in the back. Well, there's also a map there too, but there's also a whole bunch of artwork and photos inside it of various minis. This book largely goes over the basic skills of painting minis. And there's also some fun little bits of advice as well, and notations on the side. This is an introduction. Overall, you got a nice introduction. You got welcome to the Adventurers Guild old section right here. Basically walking you through the basic prep process of painting minis and the essential things you need to paint minis, such as your paints and much more. It talks about the different types of brushes, the different types of paints, glue you might need, knives, water, sanding tools for sanding off little bits and pieces, sculpting materials. Continues on from there. A nice little sketch here and there. Goes over some various important brands and stuff that you are going to get familiar with. Another nice little piece of artwork. And it definitely does have a good bit of personality. I don't have to do the whole entire thing because this chapter right here is going to get you the basic pattern that the next few chapters are going to cover over with added details. There's a nice little 3d6 random roll table for randomizing things. You got a nice little work here of sculpting a mini and sanding it down, roughing the surface for applying paint, brushing it away, washing it, gluing it, filling some gaps with your sculpting material, and some more. How to pin it, how to sculpt it, handling the model. Congratulations. On to the next part, which is priming with a brush. Types of primers. Tips for primers. Best practices for priming your models. Applications of brush-on primers, and then it goes into base coats, and then it continues on from there. It's a fairly nice book overall, as you can see. I don't want to dwell on it too long. The painter here has pretty decent skills overall. Not the most amazing painter I've ever seen, but still a good painter when it comes to painting little miniature figurines about this big. There's some nice little maps in here with grids on them. Please note my personal opinion on some of these. The grid lines are fairly dark, but it's still really heavy in detail, and which can result in easily losing track of where you are on the grid if you are obsessed with the importance of the grid. A color theory side quest section here, teaching you about color theory and the color wheel and so much more. So it goes over all the basics that you need to learn to be a good painter. He even paints like a goblin. He paints a dragon in here. He paints a kitsune. And much more. Some of the figurines are not as great in the paint job as others. So there you go. The dragon is much better because it's a much larger mini than everything else. The dragon's probably the best one he does in here. I do say this is a pretty good book. It covers everything that you need to know about painting minis to a fairly competent level, and it comes with extra nice artwork in there that you can actually print, copy out, and use in your adventures if you really wanted to. Overall, I do say that this is a pretty decent book. It is $30. If you are into painting minis, this is probably up your alley for some extra advice on doing so. However, there are other resources online that are much cheaper when it comes to painting miniatures tips. So you might want to look into those. Overall, I probably say this is a 3.5. It's hard to say. This is not the typical thing I would cover on this channel. Yet again, I covered it again. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to make this as short as possible. Some people prefer the videos really short and to the point, and others want more depth when it comes to the video. So if you are a fan of shorter shorter regular videos, please drop it in the comments, or if I post a poll in the comment section, not in the comment section, in the community section on my channel, go definitely vote on that. There are many polls. You can vote in any of the polls that are still active, as I constantly keep double checking them over to see if there's any changes in the poll. So there you go. If you want to watch more of this, please subscribe and hit the like button and hit the bell to ensure that you get notifications, which is not a guarantee, but it's just a slight increase in probability. So have a delightful day, a nice night, a wonderful weekend, a magnificent month, and see you next time. Ciao.